Imagine if AOC got to write history books and they said, why did people sneak into America? Oh, climate change.
Climate change is different because we have an expiration date.
20 years from now. Climate change was so bad that people were walking from Guatemala to get plane tickets to fly to Michigan.
We've got 12 years to turn it around.
Yeah.
12 years.
For real? Are you sure? Are you sure that happened? Maybe there's other variables? What do you think?
My concern is that we are going to be the frog in the pot of boiling water.
Hey guys, maybe some of the stops along the way, they only speak Chinese and they have Chinese signs. There's like a concerted effort to get people in from China. Hey, something going on? No, just climate change.
We are going to debate and debate and debate and debate. And then when we actually finally pass something, it is a wimpy carbon tax and our kids are doomed.
Oh, so simple. So nice to be able to just...
Bill Maher and Joe Rogan are working together to demolish AOC in a manner that is both harsh and funny. Remember when a wave of people attacked her for fabricating details about her past? That revelation ignited a fire and Maher and Rogan grabbed the flamethrowers. Since then, they have been ruthlessly dropping truth bombs and verbal assaults. Their takedowns are honest, unrelenting, and incredibly funny.
Did you hear what AOC said?
He wanted to pick a fight with me, little me. He's gonna lose that.
It's amazing.
Maybe don't send our country into war because you're in some type of mood.
It is straight out of South Park.
Gosh.
It's straight out of South Park.
Congress was supposed to have a classified briefing today, and they canceled it last minute.
Like what?
Yeah, I know.
It's giving scrambling. It's giving disorganized. It's giving they are having problems behind the scenes.
Do you know something I don't know?
Please understand that this is Trump's war. This is a Republican war. Don't let them...
Like, what are you saying?
Although I'm not sure what specifically triggered it, it's amusing that Joe Rogan no longer even makes an effort to pretend like he takes AOC seriously. She is no longer the brazen, bright newcomer in a line of flashy Democrats that he admires. He once commended her passionate remarks and even called her brave for joining Congress at such a young age. Now, that amazement has diminished and been replaced with hurtful, mocking sarcasm. Nor is Rogan holding back.
Did you see the video of when she found out she won?
It's amazing. Play it.
I'm gonna grab her. She's right here. I can't let you go.
It's like one of the realest moments. And look, people are angry. 28-year-olds, what does she know? What she doesn't know, she'll learn. Maybe she knows a lot. I like the fact she wasn't supposed to win. I like the fact that the guy who was an incumbent was a 10-term incumbent.
Yeah.
And that he spent 10-1 versus on her. How much money she spent? 10-1.
And grassroots got her elected, man. And that can happen.
Dude, she's a kid.
Yeah,
And she's pretty. She's a pretty young 28-year-old.
Yes, it was Rogan, at one point. He was totally captivated by AOC's address to Congress, where he praised her and made the case for her potential. He wasn't alone either. Millions of people were captivated by her story. However, as soon as the shine disappeared, her written lines weakened, and that perfect picture started to crumble. Rogan's adoration swiftly shifted. The praise was replaced with cold analysis. The O was replaced by derision. He no longer sees a fearless leader. He sees a politician skilled at using slogans, but intolerant of difficult questions, a fraud disguising herself as a force for change. He doesn't hold back, whether speaking on his podcast or elsewhere. His shots are sharper, funnier, and more brutal.
Like AOC was on TV the other day doing an interview.
One of the biggest issues that we have when it comes to immigration is the fact that we have an undocumented population.
She was calling them undocumented people, and the way to do it is to give them a path to citizenship.
You can fix that by trying to build a wall, or you can fix that by trying to document people and create a path to citizenship.
Well, how about you know who the they are? Because if you're a person from another country, say if you're in Europe, you want to come to America and become an American citizen, this is like a long, lengthy process every year, and you have to prove that you have a skill. There's a reason why you should be here, legally.
One of the reasons that our public systems experience wait is because people don't have a documented and reliable path to work and sustain themselves.
But if you want to do it illegally, they'll give you money, they'll give you a cell phone.
Just like all of our ancestors did, the answer should really be we should make it easier to be legal, documented, and a citizen of the United States of America.
There's people in Mexico gone back 4 times that month. So every time he crosses over, he gets $2,000. He made $8,000 in a month from the federal government.
Here's a roundup of AOC's most baffling statements, like claiming we could solve climate change in 10 years, As if global ecosystems follow legislative deadlines, she blames climate change. For global migration, ignoring real causes like oppressive regimes and economic collapse. Early on, her wide-eyed idealism seemed forgivable, but 5 years in, it looks more like ignorance. Instead of thoughtful analysis, she leans on emotion and drama to cover for a lack of facts, and it's clearly not working.
Everyday Americans still have the power to organize and fight for their communities, and they can have more say in this country than the richest man in the world.
The district now is going to lose 25,000 jobs. Like this up there.
Well, one of those things is, we were subsidizing those jobs. So for the city was paying for those jobs. So frankly, if we were willing to give Amazon willing to give away $3 billion for this deal, we could invest those $3 billion in our district ourselves if we wanted to. We could hire out more teachers. We can fix our subways. We can put a lot of people to work for that money if we wanted to. There was no guarantee that those jobs were for the New Yorkers that were here. We were looking at a deal that was not primarily putting the community.
That's her signature move. It sounds difficult until there's substance in the room if you force her to go outside of her comfort zone of bashing Trump and speak about actual policy. She will collapse like clockwork. Her argument skills are lacking. For her, echo chambers are perfect. The confidence fades, the deflections begin, and the knowledge becomes meaningless generalizations when she is questioned. She is an expert in the art of performative politics. The fact that there's so much drama but so little depth is the real problem. When style constantly overshadows substance and the media keeps indulging it, we end up with a politician great at sound bites but lost when challenged. Maher, predictably, also jumped in. AOC is becoming a tired act.
Giant robotic tripods could be vaporizing New Jersey. Democrats would point out how the death lasers were disproportionately affecting low-income communities and people of color, and AOC would tweet, "Stop demonizing the Martian X community."
It's both hilarious and sad. If Martians invaded, Democrats might defend them in the name of compassion. And with the current illegal immigration crisis, it's not far off. Communities are overwhelmed by fentanyl, trafficking, and collapsing infrastructure, while leaders like AOC push idealistic narratives instead of real solutions. As Bill Maher joked, it's all political theater now, ideology over facts, ignoring common sense. Just watch Mike Lawler fact-check AOC after she botched a key statute.
Well, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez caught that interview, or at least saw it online, and she wrote, "It's not normal. Lawler voted to make the tax breaks on billionaires permanent while making the no tax on tips, just for those making less than $25K, expire in just 3 years. He's also kicking tipped employees off Medicaid, ACA, that's Obamacare, and clawing back their SNAP." So is she wrong about this bill?
Yes, she's entirely wrong. Look, the standard deduction, for instance, which was doubled under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, is made permanent. This is a huge tax cut for middle class and lower income families all across this country. Obviously, within this bill, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no a senior deduction, a child tax credit expansion. This is targeted towards the middle class and working class and lower income Americans all across this country.
And that's exactly what I've been saying. She doesn't even comprehend the basics. Even worse, she doesn't pause, study, or engage in any meaningful way before jumping onto the stage. Think about that big, beautiful banknote. It was meant to ease the financial strain on the middle class by implementing significant tax cuts. However, AOC released misleading statistics, claiming that the government was targeting those earning less than $25,000 while providing massive tax breaks to the rich. Just like her carefully crafted image as a girl from the Bronx, it was more fiction than fact, especially considering the records clearly show she grew up in Yorktown, Westchester. Even after 5 years in Congress, she still prefers emotional speech and half-truths over facts and sound arguments. not to mention the widely shared, sarcastic, and false rumor that she cashed her grandmother's social security checks. At this point, it's not ignorance, it's willful denial. Some say she has a huge fan base, but as Mar points out, it means nothing if the message is built on misinformation.
It's not about the big crowds that come out to you when you're talking in a festival or wherever they are. I think it's because I think Bernie showed up at Coachella. That must have been fun for the fans. It's who shows up on Election Day. And I just don't see that's the ticket. I mean, Cory Booker, I know you've worked with him. I like Cory a lot from my home state of New Jersey. Made a speech for 25 hours. Again, just whacking each other off. This is just not what's going to get the job done.
I've said it more than once. The Democrats must start learning from their mistakes, especially after the disasters of the past year. Kamala Harris brought out blazing cameras, crowds, and celebrity endorsements from influencers more interested in TikTok than real policy. And what did it all lead to? A humiliating, vicious loss in the elections. Despite having more than $1.5 billion, yes, $1 billion in campaign funds, they failed miserably. Why? Because Kamala Harris, their supposed leader, isn't truly a leader. She's a PR creation draped in identity politics. She lacks the resilience, vision, and experience necessary for a real campaign. And the worst part, they just keep doubling down instead of changing course. The DNC acts like nothing happened, still relying more on narratives and aesthetics than on measurable results. If they don't correct course now, 2028 will be another train wreck.
Holy sh... He said what?
Did you witness the president commit a crime? Is it your testimony today?
Yes.
And what crime have you witnessed?
How much time do I have to go through it?
It is simple. You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is it? What is the crime, sir?
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
It's the category of crimes that you're then charged
You
under
have charges.
A long 100
You
list
have
of
charges.
You want me
Please
to name the exact statute
Sir,
under RICO?
yes.
Well, it's funny. In this committee room, there's over 18
All right, sir. I reclaim my time.
lawyers that went to law school.
I
I'll leave
reclaim
it
my
up
time.
to you guys
Okay,
to
thank
define
you,
the
sir. I
statute.
reclaim my time.
This one is almost funny. To be real, AOC tried to pull a dramatic gotcha at the peak of her performance by asking Tony Bobulinski whether he had seen Joe Biden commit a crime. Yes, Bobulinski responded without hesitation and with calmness. AOC, unsatisfied, insisted he point to Biden's corruption and legal violations. That's when it got embarrassing. AOC appeared completely unaware that corruption and racketeering are both federal crimes. Bobulinski gave her exactly what she asked for, but she was either too naive or too dishonest to keep up. That's the real problem. Instead of discrediting a major witness, she ended up exposing her own ignorance. Her fans may want to believe she's intellectually sharp, but this wasn't it.
Recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman,
family.
with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way.
AOC feels too manufactured and performative to be a serious presidential contender. Her focus on attention and viral moments may win fans online, but doesn't translate to real leadership. She lacks the experience, depth, and maturity needed for the role. Well, she has time to grow. Right now, she's more about show than substance. If she truly wants to lead, she needs to stop performing and start putting in real work. The clock is ticking.